What's up, YouTube? It is currently 6:02 a.m. on June 6th. I know you can't really see that, but it's 6:02 up there. My phone's in the other room. And today, the video is very simple. I really just want to talk about how nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about what I'm doing. Nobody cares about what you're doing. Nobody cares about what I post. Nobody cares about what you say. Nobody cares what you think. These all might sound a little bit, harsh, a little bit rude, a little bit different, but that's just my opinion. And if you listen to my point of view on it, it'll make more sense. Um, I have in my life used to be very insecure, fear of judgment, fear of what people thought, fear of my ego being hurt, all these sort of little things. And then over time, I've just developed this personality, this persona where I don't care about anyone. I not in the sense of I don't care. I have feelings for people, have friends, have family, have love, have this, that, and the other, but I don't care. I guess about judgment or ego. I will post anything because if someone sees what I post and they don't agree with it, that's okay. You know why? Because it doesn't affect them that much. They're gonna scroll in the next minute. They're gonna maybe send me a text, swipe up, say something, this, that, and the other. Then 2 minutes later, they're gonna be going about their day. Why? Because nobody cares. Everybody has their own life, their own problems, their own insecurities, their own fears, their own doubts, all these sort of things. People are so consumed with their own lives, they don't have time to worry about you or someone else or what you're doing, what you look stupid at, what you're failing at, what you're trying at, what you're doing well. It goes both ways. No one cares when you're doing well, no one cares when you're doing bad. Yes, we live in a modern age of social media where, like, if they drop a comment on your stuff, you feel like they care, you feel like they love you, but you realize, like, you've done something well in life, some sort of accomplishment, and people have commented like congratulations or so happy for you, so excited for you, this is amazing, and they don't have a smile on their face. They're just commenting literally with a straight face, congratulations, but you perceive that as, oh, this person, like, they really really love that about me. Vice versa, they comment some mean shit or DM you some mean shit, text you some mean shit. They're we're soulless behind the screen. Like, no one cares about that stuff. Nobody cares that deeply enough about someone else's life that it should affect the way you live, is what I'm trying to get at. Um, I think we often live in a time period, or girls mostly, but guys 100% as well. We think that when we make a decision, that it's just going to be everlasting, and it's gonna, if it's not quite the right decision, or we go on a different path than most people, we will make a decision that affects us forever, essentially. And that is the biggest lie you can tell yourself ever, because whatever you post, whatever new job, wherever you move, whatever decision you make that judgment comes from, and you think that it might last like that forever, and this is going to be a lasting effect on your ego, your social presence, all these sort of things, is false. It's a total facade. Like, people don't care enough about that. People don't care about your life. People don't care enough to see what you're doing over that long of a time. Therefore, do what you want to do. There is no fear of judgment because nobody cares anymore. We live in short form content, which is not this YouTube video. Short form content is so prevalent in America because our attention spans are just so minute nowadays. All we think about is within a 5 second time frame, and then after that there's something new to think about. Therefore, no one cares what you're doing. No one cares how good you're doing. No one cares what you're posting. No one cares what you're bad at. No one cares what you're good at. It just seems like that. It's all I don't even know the word. You just it's not, well, I don't want to say facade, but it's all seems something. Social media is about, you know putting on a front, basically, is, I guess, the best phrase you could give. But putting on a front with cars, with money, with businesses, with this success, this, that, and the other. Vice versa, it's putting on a front with negativity, and it's the same thing from the viewer's perspective. they're putting on a front when they engage, when they like, when they comment, when they this and the other. Yeah, it might be funny. Yeah, they might call that stupid. Yeah, they might disagree. Yeah, they might comment something mean. Yeah, they might text you something mean. Yeah, they might, show their buddy and judge you, send it to their friend and judge you. Again, the friend that looks at it, 2 seconds later, their brain moves to something else. They don't care that much. Nobody cares enough to stop their life completely and make it completely about you, your decisions, and your problem, and just judge you 24/7. Nobody is gonna care. Number two, when you make a decision and you're worried about how your parents will care, how your family will care, your loved ones, your friends. If these people truly love you, number one, two, they care for you and care what's best for you and your aspirations and your goals, then they won't care. They won't judge you. They won't care what you're doing. They won't care um, the moves you make. They won't doubt them. They won't care about, they won't care so much to hate on you that you feel like it's weighing you down. Because these types of people that truly rock with you are going to understand everything you're doing, and they're not going to care one way or another. They're going to love you for, you, and they're going to accept you for you, and whatever that comes with, they're willing to go with that. And they don't care how they're perceived being friends with you, how they're perceived what you're doing, this, that, and the other. So people don't care because their attention spans are way too short. People don't care if they really care about you and they love you and this, that, and the other. They don't care what you're doing, how you're gonna do it. Um, and lastly, it's like people don't care because they're selfish. Understand that. People do not care because they're so selfish, and it's not necessarily a bad way. It's just the fact of life is very stressful and draining. Um, People don't care because they have their own things going on, their own doubts. You might be so, your problem might be so huge in your head, in your lifestyle, and to someone else, that's nothing. So why would they care? For instance, when I first started posting on social media, I guess I was like still a little fear of judgment of how this will be perceived, how people will think about, I put my raw emotions out on the internet. What if someone like doesn't like that, doesn't accept that? And then I got to the point where I was like, look, someone watching this is such a big deal to me, and someone watching this literally might not have running water. They have bigger issues going on in their life. They really don't care about my insecurity, my sphere of judgment, this and the other. And they're gonna move on with their life after this video, after this post, after this comment, and they're gonna go do their own thing. They don't care what I'm doing. They don't care what I'm doing, and the vice versa. The people that you maybe don't want to be friends with, don't want to be around, don't want to be like, those people are judging you, this and the other. You shouldn't care. And number one, they won't care. They do this out of security because mediocrity loves company. Mediocrity loves people that, when you try something, they are going to judge you, this or the other, because it makes them feel insecure about who they are and what they're trying to do. And that's mediocrity. And they want to bring as many people as they can with them. But that negativity, you have to understand, is just coming out of a place of judgment, and it's really not going to be everlasting at the end of the day because nobody cares. People that hate honestly care a lot less than people that support. Um, they will not be around. You will not feel like that forever. They will not care forever. Nobody thinks about you 24/7, what you're doing, how you're doing it. Therefore, do whatever you want to do. I have this kind of mindset when I post nowadays because I'm like, I'm gonna post this and it's kind of a little like out there. Like I don't know if everyone's gonna love this, but whoever watches it and judges it and doesn't like it, they're gonna forget about it in the next minute, and it's not gonna be a big deal. And my message is gonna get across. And so those that agree with it will agree with it, and those that who don't, they're not gonna care anyway. Vice versa, the people that do agree with it, they're not gonna care either. Because why? They're gonna go to the next thing. Um, and lastly, I just want to talk about how you feel after you develop this mindset. When you develop a mindset of being completely free of judgment and care, and you understand that nobody cares what is going on with you and your doubts and your fears and what you're doing, you are so free and free, detached from ego and detached from insecurity, because you understand there is no such thing as being insecure if you know that nobody cares deeply enough that they're really, really judging you every day of your life. or your ego, that you're never being judged. Like, you're never too good for this, you're never too good to say that, you're never too good for someone to criticize you, this, that, and the other, because you understand it's not that deep. Basically, it's really not. It's nothing's that deep. Just do what the fuck you want to do. Say what you want to say. Talk to who you want to talk to. Talk how you want to talk to. Get whatever job you want to do. Drop out of school. Make whatever move you want to do, because people don't care at the end of the day. And when you live like that, you start, number one, living for yourself, and you start living true to yourself. Social media has made people, especially young men, start to live this facade of people on the internet like Andrew Tate, Steve will do it, the Nelk Boy. Like, the boys have all become copies of these people, which is wrong, because you don't understand that. Why do they become copies of these people? Because those people are accepted. People care about those people. People love those people. Therefore, the mindset, it's subconscious, but they're like, well, if I act more like this person, I will be more liked. I will be respected like this person. They're letting the actions and the thoughts of said person on the internet dictate their own thoughts, versus having their own original thoughts, putting them out there, becoming the best version of themselves, becoming 1% of themselves, and understanding that nobody cares what they're doing. Therefore, the judgment really isn't a big deal to them. If nobody cares what you're doing, wouldn't you try to do everything in your power to, you know, put your most unique embark on the world, basically? Because you are obsessed with the, obsession that people are that interested in your life, and people are going to judge you, and are, just going to think about what you post and what you said or what business you tried 24/7. And the truth is, that's not the truth, especially today with social media and short form content. It's not the truth. So do what you want to do. You'll live more freely, you'll be the most unique version of yourself, and you'll start providing that version of yourself to the world, and the world will accept it. You will have people that accept it, that see your value, that love you for who you are, and it will all feel so much better. You will feel better because you'll be living a life true to you, a life not feared of judgment, and a life not filled with ego. And watch what changes for yourself over that time.